Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny and Brendan Monk from Relentless and Unstoppable, and today we have Songwriting Shane with us. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. How are
Yeah,
you?
where are you at the moment?
Actually, I'm in West Virginia. I relocated. Um, I've been here for a while now. I left California. It was getting really stressful for me as an artist, and to stay creative and to be positive and optimistic with uh, the history that I have. You know about the PTSD from responding to 9/11, Ground Zero, and I just felt like I was in the middle of another ongoing war that was about to come down on us, from that 2019 on. So took a lot of uh, prayers and a lot of thought behind that before I was to really leave LA, which, was a hard decision for me to make as an artist, a musician especially. But it's peaceful here. Um, it's more, the environment is more in tune with nature. It's a slower pace, something that I need because when you're in an environment like a big city like New York or LA, and you're an artist, an actor, musician, whatever, you get caught up in this pace that's just like, woo, And I found myself constantly having like at least five things that I had to do, events, meetings, radio, TV, business meetings, and I had to pick three out of the five that were most important to me. And I kept that pace up. And then when everything shut down, it was quite a drastic change for myself and a lot of people. I'm sure it affected you too.
It
Um,
did, yeah.
yeah. So it gave me a lot of time to think, and I was mostly concerned about my health and the health of others, and surviving all that. And it caused me to have a writer's block, um, because I am a visionary, and as I write, I've always been like this, even from the time I was very young, 4 years old, playing the piano. I could see things in the future, and I would pray to God a lot, and I thought everybody was like that. Um, so it was hard for me to write because I write about what's really happening, and I speak the same way about what's really happening. And I do my best to help others. And I didn't have anything really good to write about. And I didn't want to cause more fear and dread in the world with my songs because it was dark and I felt it. So I'm in a better place now, and I still can reach out and help others where I am, whether it's on the phone or through a text or posting something, or we have all this media available to us, especially TikTok, which they're trying to shut down. But I get to communicate with people on a higher level. I get to speak with them and see them in action just as they are every day. And that's important to me, that we all connect, whatever it takes. And that was the motto at Ground Zero, whatever it takes. Nobody knew what we were supposed to do or how we can handle the situation at hand, same as today. So I feel like I'm back in the war zone, but I have some light at the end of the tunnel where I can still help. And actually, I recently wrote two new songs. I'm in the middle of recording the second one, and it's more of a Christian praise and worship song, which I'm real happy about because I'm thanking God actually for the gifts that He gives me and the talents and the mission, and I'm able to give back to him and hope that this affects others and gives them some kind of a feeling in their heart again, revive their heart. People walking around like zombies lately, acting like everything's fine and it's not. We have to make the best of it. And our hands are tied in a lot of ways. And all we have is faith. And that's all it ever has been because, we can't take anything with us when, we leave this earth. So that's all that we ever had was just ourselves. Have faith in God to get us through all things because really, when can we really plan anything and have it go exactly the way we want? That's just luck. So, I don't mean to preach, but that's what's new.
Nice. Are you happy in West Virginia?
Yes, yes. They when I got here, they're like, "You have an accent," and I'm like, "No, you have an accent because they talk like this." Welcome to Glade. There's a lot of golfers here where I live. A lot of greenery and trees, and I have a really, really nice home, and it's peaceful, and the air's clean, and the water it's spring water, and it makes you appreciate the smallest things in life. I look out my window and I see squirrels and deer come right up to my fence and rabbits. And now I'm feeding a stray cat. And of course, I have my little dog Tasha with me still. But uh, yeah, it's just different, a different atmosphere.
What have you created lately, song-wise?
Um, it's a song that's it's Yahweh God, we praise your name. Um, Raise me up with your grace, Lord. Lead me to the promised land by cool, healing waters. Hold me in your arms. I want to be with your chosen and your leaders everywhere in a world of devotion only for you, Lord. Abba Father reigns, Abba Father Yahweh, Yahweh Yeshua, praise your name. It's just pretty. And
That's really incredible. Fire away, Brendan.
What got you into song, or when did you feel you wanted to get like songs out and start writing songs?
actually, when I told my parents at the age of, well, like 3, that I wanted a piano, they told me that you're crazy. You don't even know what a piano is. But being the first child born on both sides of the family, uh, you know what happens, right? Everybody chipped in at Christmas time, got me this piano, and they could not get me off of it.
No.
I was making up all these little things because I loved hearing the sounds. I was in my own world and never knew that. I just was in my own world. Everything else kind of dissolved. I did the routine things, make my bed, eat dinner on time and be the best that I could be. But I was in another world. And I I recognize that certain sounds, when you put them together, like I didn't know the notes, of course, at the time, but I knew certain sounds, you put them together and they sounded much better and they went together. And then I took lessons. And before you knew it, I was playing by ear, listening to my favorite songs on the radio. At the time, it was the Supremes and stuff like that. Motown, Beatles, legendary artists that had they had words that had meaning in their songs, and then even if it was about a heartache, they were just pouring their heart out. It wasn't antagony, and it wasn't hatred or evil or get even. It was just about life. So I learned about life early through the songs and listening to these people. and feel their heart and try to replicate that as I played piano. And then my mom would hear that and she'd be like, "That's not your lesson." You know?
No.
And so as I got older, I decided I took a break from the business world, had a really good job with government, and it just was haunting me. Like, what would happen if I really pursued what I love doing? Um, and I did that. And that's when I really started writing songs because I had a lot to write about. And it was about, I didn't have this great life. And I don't think any of us do. We have all the hard knocks, and it's all about how you deal with them, not what happens to us. It's how you deal with things. And I had a lot to offer and a lot through my songs, and the beauty of all the different instruments and the sounds, and thanking God, because I was like, how am I doing this? Like, I mean, I never said that out loud. As I got older, I said it, and it sounds a little crazy, you know, but because you wonder, you know, like, how am I doing? This is like so magical, you know. Uh, Even when I was sitting and recording yesterday with my producer here, it's hard to find a producer here. They're not, they're far and few between, like actual producers trained or hands-on training like you find in a bigger city, you know, of course, like LA, Philly, you know, that I'm used to. But I found one down to earth. He worked right alongside of me, and what I thought that I was going to lay down and what happened in the end was magical, because I'd play a track and record it, and then I'd be like, let me try this, change the whole meaning of the song, not the meaning, but the heartbeat of the song. And then I'm like, wait a minute, let's add a flower. It's like you're creating a bouquet, and let's add this flower, you know, and it's just exciting, and it's amazing to see how this thing comes together. You know, that's the real songwriter in me. I love that process, you know. And then I'm thanking God again, because I'm like, wow, you know.
That's awesome. And do you relate with the piano mostly? Is your primary instrument?